Hi, I'm Souprise, and this is Yökai, and we're currently casting the OTC Squid Squad versus Kunzite matchup in the semi-pro division.
Yeah, it's great to be here. And one thing that I'm really looking for in this game is tap on this Widowmaker. We saw him earlier in the week playing for Squid Squad 2, and he was demolishing that Widow Drill against Mace, who in himself was a very formidable opponent. What about you? What are you looking for in this match, Soup?
I'm looking forward to seeing both main tanks duking it out.
Yeah, always a good fight between Reinhardts, between Winston, seeing who can defend their team the best while gaining that space on the map. As map control is just so important throughout this game.
The Java's definitely a formidable Reinhardt.
Who was that, sorry?
The Java.
For Squid Squad.
Yes. I don't know anyone from Kunzite. I hope they play well.
Yeah,
So we're starting with Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, lots of interesting compositions are going to be played on this map, I feel.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the best.
Yeah, especially on this map here. Control center is very tank heavy usually, with a lot of close range sightlines, so the likes of a Reaper with those Hellfire shotguns, or a Junkrat just with that grenade launcher can really cause a lot of damage and build very fast riptires. But for me, the best part of this map is always seeing a Zarya play, since I myself am a Zarya main.
So at the moment, I think from Squid Squad we're seeing a Goat Scomp, and it's very unclear what Kunzite are running right now. I think they're slowly deciding on it.
Yeah, it looks like so far, seems like Kunzite are actually coming out with the Doomfist here. I don't know if they're going to stick with this, but it could be a very interesting counter to Ghost Comp. But nope, it looks like they're going to swap it up and go straight over to Ghost Comp.
This will be interesting.
4, 3, 2,
Alright then.
So they're coming out the gates now, and yep, doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary. Although, actually, Kunzite are running that Zenyatta instead of the Moira, so it should be a lack of healing.
So here you go. Yes. The Java's taking a lot of damage here. The Java is the first one to fall.
Java falls first, and now we look at Gosi trying to take out Alvacate. Can't find him yet though. The D.Va's on the Lucio lane, he finds him. Huge pick here for Kunzite, and they may have just taken this fight right there. Great play from both tanks, but in the end, Kunzite come out on top, and they will capture first point here.
Yeah, you can see that this organization and teams in that push, both Terra and Alvacate got pushed to the side there, completely split from the team without having any support. They need to improve on that if they want to win this game here.
Yeah, now the rally's been popped by Alvacate. Well, the grab comes out.
That was a quick grab,
already building that.
They're trying to set this up.
A lot of ults being important in this fight, although Squid Squad are capping here, so it could well be that capture, but no, it looks like they've fended it off again. Ray getting the D-Mech, Terra Ranger getting the boop onto RC Panda, but I don't think it will be enough as Squid Squad are retreating yet again.
We saw Kunzite invest 2 support ults in that fight. They were Squid Squad have a very free fight coming into this one here.
Yeah, the rally's been popped again, built that very quickly. In the backline alone though, so Kunzite should really pick up Alvacate here. But in the meantime, there's a frontline battle going on as well. Both Shadows invested, and a Graviton coming out along with that self-destruct isn't going to find anybody. It doesn't quite yet. Equal trades so far. Tab now high energy on that Zarya, looking to get a pick and maybe pull his fight back in their favor, but it's not going to work. And in the end, he gets picked off, loses that charge. And despite both Shadows being invested, Kunzite came off with the better trades, and yeah, they
again seems like a lack of coordination between the between the D.Va and Zarya. That bomb went way over their heads. He should have coordinated the grab and put the bomb straight into it.
Yeah, definitely went too far, and the Rain Shield was present as well. Sound Barrier coming out from Terra Ranger. Java charging in. Coalesce coming out as well. Transcendence from Kunzite, and Shadow, huge Shadow, but no follow-up as of yet, although the kills are coming in now, so it looks like they're going to take this point. Shadow coming back out, but it's blocked, and despite the D.Va being on point, I really don't think it's enough, because Kunzite all still here, and it's still Terra Ranger left on point. Yep, that'll be nice.
Fight looks over.
huge plays from the red team here. What does Squid have to do here to turn this fight around?
Definitely increase their coordination between themselves. They're getting split off constantly and need to improve that. However, this will definitely be interesting. It will test their coordination with a dive comp.
Yeah, much more comfortable on the dive comp, I'm hoping here. What do you think that they're more comfortable on dive comps since you played with them in the past, or at least seen them play?
Tap is definitely more comfortable in the Trace than any other role he does play. However, Nobody and Terra are not comfortable on these two healers. They're best at Zen and Mercy and Dana, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
It looks like we're going to be going into a pause here, maybe.
Yeah.
Looks like Squid Squad have an issue here.
Can we get a pause?
Are we going to get a pause here? They're claiming for technical problems.
No man.
Doesn't look like we are. And, as we get on the point here, looks like it's a 5v6 in favor of the red team here. Squid Squad losing their Moira in spawn.
Yeah.
And already it seems to be showing his Terror Ranger is already picked off, and they all retreat. I'm so amazed that we haven't went into a pause, and there we go. We're finally going into a pause.
There we go.
So if we look at the team compositions here, what does Squid Squad have to focus on doing on this point to really turn this match around and take it to a third point?
It's difficult to say for now. However, I think if nobody was to switch onto that Mercy to support Advocate more against that Diva, they would definitely have a strong chance of winning this. I think the Java definitely has to be a lot more careful now due to that Discord and Brig stun. However, they are playing two off supports, making them very susceptible to the dive comp.
Yeah, I feel like Tap on the Tracer is going to really have to try and play around Snajka, or however you would say that name, on the Brigida here. Although Ghost Comp is susceptible to dive if you can get that pick early on, but it requires amazing coordination. And with Advocate on the Pharah, that is another large amount of damage coming out from that hero. So I'm wondering, can he build the barrage fast enough to really make that pick viable here, or are they going to have to think up a new plan?
Yeah. This interesting thing we are seeing from the Goats comp on Kunzite though is this triple off support thing they're going on with. It's often the Moira, Brig, and Lucia instead of the Zen, but you can see they want to get the Discord all about on the Pharah, so they've got the Diva and Zen targeting the Pharah at all times. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Advocate to make him either have to switch to Junkrat or Hanzo, or just change his gameplay entirely to compensate for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And in general, the way that Kunzite are running this Ghost comp with the Zenyatta instead of the Moira, it really does make Advocate's life a lot harder on that Pharah, which is usually one of the biggest, if not the biggest, counter to the Ghost composition. So, in reality, it's going to be interesting to see just how Advocate plays around this. And we may well be restarting this map here due to those technical difficulties.
It seems like it was a computer crash I'm hearing from Terra right now. So she'll be back momentarily.
Yeah, computer crashes are always bad. Although it looks like we're going to restart this map and just simply agree that, because I'd already have that 1 point, it will not be an official point on the board, but it will be kept in terms of map score.
Yep.
So will the fact that Squid Squad know what Kunzite are going to run, will that affect the composition they play out the gates, do you think?
It's difficult to say because the only thing we've really scrimmed with on this map has been the dive comp. However, I'd like to see him try something else, even if it is in this match stage, as they do have Tap and Niffle on the team, two resources they wouldn't usually have. It'd be interesting to see what they can do with that.
So it looks like we're going to be actually going to a quick break while we sort out these technical difficulties, but stay tuned and we should be back momentarily. Alright, so we are back here with OTC Semi-Pro Division Season 6, Week 2. We had a little short break there as Squid seemed to have some technical difficulties, but we're going to be going back onto Legion Tower here very soon, just awaiting the game to start. So what are you looking for in this restart of this map here then, Soup?
I'm interested to see if Squid will abuse the fact they know what the enemy comp will be, and whether or not they're going to still keep this dive comp, because dive is not the most effective thing against the Goats comp, but with this triple off support backline they're running, it could be quite susceptible to the dive comp as well as Farah spam if the Discord doesn't prove to be too much for advocate.
Yeah, I personally always have a very weird ultimatum going on in my head of what is actually the greatest tank line to run against Ghosts, because if you run Ryan Zarya, you're more likely going to be rolled over. But if you run a dive comp, then your backline is so susceptible. So, do you have any thoughts on that?
It's almost all the time. It's the best thing. The best thing that's going to be is Ryan Zarya, mainly because Ryan can still swing. He can get given bubbles. He can just be pocketed by the Ana and heal boost. He can do enough to stop most of the stuff go through. Because if you try dive, you don't have enough damage on their tanks. You don't, because you're running 2 flanks, obviously.
Yeah.
If you try,
absolutely. And I really do feel that with that Reinhardt as well, he can hold up so much space on his own. A big tactic that we run on our team is, if there is a support on the side, we'll often leave our Reinhardt alone and trust him maybe with one support, just because of the fact that he can very easily hold up that space as long as he has some healing and that Zarya bubble on him, which again, in turn, gives Zarya some value because it gives Zarya the charge, which leads to Zarya outputting so much more damage in that situation. So I definitely agree with you there. So, still waiting for this match to start up here, but it shouldn't be too much longer, so just bear with us while we prepare to go back into Lijiang Tower.
oh yeah, we're going to be keeping 1 point to Kunzite throughout as we did go on the pause, we're keeping that 1 point to Kunzite that they managed to gain on Control Center.
Yeah, so no, the entire map has not been reset. Kunzite are still ahead 1-0 on this map. Are Squid going to take this into a point 3, or are Kunzite going to take point number 2 and take us over to Temple of Anubis 1-0?
Be interesting to see, definitely. It seems like Kunzite is sticking with the same comp, however, Tap is actually on the Doomfist right now. And after playing with him a couple of times in ladder with him on Doomfist, it'll be interesting to see what he can do on that character, especially with it being so effective against those particular supports on Kunzite's side.
Yeah, Tap pulling out the Doomfist here, and I'm very happy to see that. Also, what we said about the Ryan Zarya is coming into fruition here, with Elfin on that Zarya and D-Java on that Reinhardt. So, a lot of my favorite heroes to watch are coming out in this round, and I could not be happier. What about you?
I'm very excited to see this Farah versus Doom combo. However, one thing I am occurred with on the Squid Squad side is Terror on that Zenyatta. I feel like there should be an honor in there just to give him more heals for the team, as mostly in Sky of Farah.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to use that Discord up to burn targets down and focus them and rely on their target focus. Tap is now left alone there though, and Ghostcom is going to roll straight into it if he doesn't get out of there quickly. Already we're engaging on the point here. 15 seconds before the point even unlocks. And one thing we did mention is Alvacate switch over to Sombra, but Tap is picked up straight away by Naguro. And already it looks like Kunzite are coming out strong here. Alvacate trying to cause a nuisance in the backline, but Naguro is on him, and Lime also finds D-Java, so it looks like Kunzite are going to take first point here on Gardens.
One thing I took from that fight is Tap doesn't have enough experience on Doomfist, as well as Mercy maybe not being the right pick here to keep the team up throughout fights. However, Nipples just managed to pick off Ray, which is a huge pick in favor of Squid Squad, as they can now push in without risk of that Discord or burning the tanks quickly.
Yeah, huge pick, especially with the lack of a Mercy on the side of Kunzite. Looks like Alvacate is going to try and spawn camp, or maybe not. The Mercy pick really did seem like it was going to be for the Farah, but now a trade here. Naguro finding Tap, but G-Java also finding Sniper on that D-Java popping off here, although nobody's went down on that Mercy as well. 3-man shatter from D-Java, popping off right now, getting 4 kills in this fight total. Elven high charge as well, and it looks like Squid Squad are gonna retake this point at 42%.
It seems like both Tap and Niffle found their groove now after getting that starting pick, and Niffle's now on 100 charge. To me, it seems like they could hold. There's a probability for them to hold this now, as long as Kunzite don't coordinate their ults too effectively.
Yeah, ultimates are looking very equal on both sides. Elfen with that Graviton, along with the EMP of Alvocate. And they do have that Transcendence if Goatsy tries to get another shot. A huge EMP, huge Graviton, and it looks like straight away they're going to end this fight right here. A clean team fight, and the team kill will sound shortly.
Yeah,
And a very easy fight for Squid Squad there.
That's a huge cleanup. Only using 2 ultimates as well, conserving both support ults and the Doom Pistol, which is coming up now. However, Kunzite coming into this battle with almost all 6 ults, so it will be up to them not to overuse it.
Yeah, I'll be looking at Alvocate. Oh, the rally's already coming out, so higher sustain going into this fight. Big Diva Bomb coming in here, doesn't find anybody just yet, and Tab is going to find Nagura before the remake. That's huge. Transcendence now coming out from Ray, and the RC Panda is popping up here on the Zarya. Has that Graviton if he should need be, but the solo Earthshatter are going up nobody to cancel that Resurrect, and it looks like Kunzite are going to fight straight back onto the point, and Elven should be dying very soon. And yes, that will be a very clean fight win in return from Kunzite.
This may not have been intentional, but that bit at the end with Niffle, of him staying at the back there to die last, he actually nearly managed to gain the Graviton off that, being at 70% before he started getting pushed.
Yeah.
It's super effective, especially when they've only got a Lucio ult left after burning nearly 4 ults in that fight.
Yeah, very good, very bad ultimate economy there from the side of Kunzite. And now it looks like they're going to have a Graviton, Earthshatter, and the Transcendence coming out. Are they going to use them correctly, or are they maybe going to be staggered out here? And Snajka is going to find Elfen as well, so that Graviton Surge is not an issue here unless nobody can someone find that res. But another massive shadow from DJ Java. Sound barrier comes out from Lion though. And so far nobody has went down, but Tap goes down, and this Brigida is popping off. Ray is now going to find nobody, and that will again be a cleanup. Transcendence pop from Terror Ranger here. That's a bit of an interesting, probably to touch the point, but it doesn't seem like it's going to get much value at all. And it really looks like Kunzite are about to take this point. Tap trying to touch on the Doomfist, and a big grab from Elfen, but duo grabs coming out, stopping Squid from touching the point. And right now it's a 3v6, and this fight is as much as done.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just they didn't use that grab quick enough. They only used to win this fight, and then one fight after, they just lost too many people afterwards. Oh, it's a huge EMP. Maybe they can make something work off that.
No, it doesn't look like they will. And for me, the biggest pick in that fight was Elfen dying right before he was ready to use that Graviton Surge, dying with that huge ultimate that could well have turned that fight in the other direction. But it looks like we're going to be going to the Temple of Anubis with Kunzite going 1-0 in this series.
Yeah.
Well, what what went wrong for Squid Squad, do you feel there? Do you feel they weren't on the same page, or do you feel maybe their hero choices weren't as optimal as they could have been?
Definitely that. I also think a lack of adaptation from their current team comp. They needed to switch that Ana quicker. That anti-nade would have been huge, with them already getting little healing. They would have had even less healing on the Kunzite side with that anti-nade. On top of that, the Niffle was not coordinated with the rest of the team, nor was Tap in a lot of cases. However, Advocate Sombra seems to do a really good job at pressuring the supports. However, no one managed to capitalize on it.
Yeah, I also feel it Kunzite were showing a few cracks in that second point there with their ultimate economy, investing 4 ultimates in a single fight, and that was duo tangles, I believe, if I remember correctly. But Squid Squad are holding out those support ultimates for a long period of time as well, so it's gonna be interesting to see how these almost polar opposites of ultimate economies are going to play out in the rest of this series.
Especially in that situation where Goatsy managed to solo shatter the Mercy while she was resing. It was probably a bad pick because she was resing the main tank, which would have been 500 HP of ult charge. Especially considering they just popped 3 ults to the point, that would have been extremely favourable for her to res, them kill, and maybe a bit of a stagger on there as well.
Yeah, and I would just like to apologize. It's not Temple of Anubis next. That is my mistake. It's Watchpoint Gibraltar. The maps are messing over my head right now. But Gibraltar, a very dive-oriented map, so we're not going to see this Goats probably come out from Kunzite. So do you think this will be an advantage for Squid Squad here?
Almost definitely, yeah. We will probably. This is what I imagine we'll see. Is we'll see Advocate on the Genji, and we'll see Tap on the Tracer or Widow. Then
Yeah,
we'll see Nipple on the Diva, Dijava on the Winston, Terror on Zen, and then nobody on Mercy on.
yeah. I remember Tap's Widowmaker from earlier in the week, and that was just a spectacle to witness, I will say.
Some
And
clean shots going on in there.
yeah, and of course, you mentioned that Tap's Tracer is one of his better picks, so I'll be interested to see how that compares to his Widowmaker. Although on Gibraltar, I will be surprised if we don't see him on that favored Widowmaker, especially with his skill on that specific hero.
Yeah, I still don't know the Contact team well enough to be able to say what they will pick. However, I imagine they'll run a similar sort of thing. However, maybe full dive rather than the Widowmaker.
For me, the big hero of that round was the RC Panda on that Zarya, so I'm wondering if is he their off-tank player or is he their secondary DPS player? Because he was hitting a lot of big right clicks on that Zarya as well, those projectile balls, if you will. So if he can replicate that on the likes of a Genji or Pharah, he could be very, very important in this match and really take Kunzite to victory in the series.
It seems like we're going into our second match now on Watch Point Gibraltar.
Yeah, team's just readying up now. We should be going in just a moment, and here we go. We will now be moving into Watchpoint Gibraltar, a very dive-oriented map for the first 2 points. However, on third point, it can really be ran. Anything can be ran. Although, if we look at the instant locks here, the RC Panda is locking the Widowmaker, but Naguro, who was actually playing the Diva last round, is locking in that McCree, so I'm wondering if that is just a kind of fun pick to mess with us, and yet Blime is also locking the Torbjorn, and now he's on the Symmetric, so yep, I was right about that, and we will not be seeing that McCree from Kunzite here.
I'm a bit disappointed. I'd love to see McCree on this map. Just see what he can do. He can do to the Tracer and Genji, and see how he can deter the tank.
Yeah, that really seems like it would be more of a defensive pick, don't you think, though? Because with the need to take that blue box area from the defending side, obviously blue box being that key area in the middle of the map, right before the final corner of the point, where you can get on any position in the map from that location. So it's vital to take that. Tell us about that.
Yeah, especially blue box not being abused enough in ladder. It will be interesting seeing how many ways Squid Squad can use it right now.
Yeah, obviously, in lower divisions, we do see a lot less of that blue box being taken, but in this semi-pro division, where we're looking at high masters, low GM players, we're really going to have to see this blue box controlled if a team wants to succeed on Watchwood Gibraltar here.
I agree with you there, definitely. So it seems like from Kunzite we're seeing a common dive comp, however, with the Widow Genji combination and the Lucio Ana healed. And on the Squid Squad side, they're running Zen Mercy, Genji Widow, and Diva Winston.
And here we go, we see them contesting for bridge here. No trades just yet. You don't usually fight for it, you simply just contest it. And we're seeing just that right now. Everyone playing together, with Taps playing a bit of a wider sightline, trying to take out the RC Panda on that Widowmaker. Not finding any looks just yet, but Tap is still playing very aggressive here. Wants to probably get back to his team, and Tap takes out the RC Panda immediately. And there goes half of their damage already. Although, Point has moved through to Polish here, and Ghosty's going to get chunked low, and he's going to go down, and it looks like this will be a cleanup fight here for Squid Squad here. So already looking better, although it looks like a DMAC has something for Elfin, but shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Something very interesting I saw there, the Squid Squad instantly reacted to the Winston getting discorded and using his jump, knowing he had no resources and instant free.
Yeah, absolutely. That target focus was crucial there, getting Ghosty down from full HP to none in a matter of seconds. And here we see again, 3 members of Squid Squad holding that blue box, although not a tank there. Naguro's going to try and contest that, and now Ghosty's also going to move up there, so it looks like Kunzite are going to take it, although Advocate's going to pull out this Dragon Blade. He's not finding anything just yet, and he's going to get taken out by Ray. That's huge. Wasted that blade, and now Ghosty here is going to get nano boosted, and he's going to go after Terror Ranger. Is he going to find him, though? Elfin is going to find him in the end. He's going to save his Zenyatta. And Snazka is in the backline, but again, Terror Ranger staying alive on that Zenyatta and really winning that fight. There was a Primal invested, but he did manage to find Ray, and that is probably going to end this fight for Kunzite.
Some excellent peel there from Nifl protecting Zenyatta. However, Alvakit did go in alone with that blade. They're dying, eventually dying to the nade. Obviously, it was either the Mercy or Alvakit not coordinated enough.
Yeah, we see Alvakit getting a few pickoffs at the end of that fight, though, so he is already at 50% to that Dragon Blade again. And so far, it looks like Tap has been dominating this Widowmaker duel, really taking out the RC Panda before he can really get an advantage in these fights. They're going to stick with the same comp for now, but it doesn't look like it's going to be working if they keep playing in this way. And Infrasight is going to come out from RC Panda.
Something I'm seeing from both sides is that Kunzite have a huge ult pool rank, whereas Squid are currently only on 3, which could prove to be useful, or they could just throw them away. In comes Bomb.
Yeah, Diva Bomb coming out from Alpha, not going to find anything, although Transcendence is going to come out from Terror Ranger as well, and that Diva Bomb is also going to come out from Nagura, not going to find anything either. Very heavy zoning Diva Bombs right now. Lime just about to get out, and Snazka is going to come out with Dragon Blade. Now Alvakit is going to pull out one of his own. Snazka getting 2 though, and Alvakit again finding nothing but that Dragon Blade. Aussie Panda is going to find Tap, and it looks like this fight is really going to be cleaned up for Kunzite here, and they are going to take point A here on Watch for Gibraltar.
Yes, Alvakit does need to be much more careful when he's blading. He's doing it very alone right now. He needs to be more careful.
Yeah, I was expecting
what I'm noticing from the enemy Genji, he is pushing effectively. He's staying with his Winston diving same time, and is very coordinated with the supports when blading. He's constantly getting pocketed.
Yeah, the early dives from Kunzite were a bit shaky, but once they got warmed up, once they got in their groove, they were really confident, and they started getting those pickoffs early. Aussie Panda is back on his form on this Widowmaker, and Tap has really been shut down in this last fight or two. Primal coming out here from Dijava. Not going to find anything yet, although the staggers did come out, so the payload is pushing freely so far. Dijava's now going to push on the payload, and meanwhile, on top of Shuttle, Tap is going to find Lime, and Alvakit is going to demech Naguro. So just when we thought that this may have been a very dangerous point for Squid Squad, they are going to hold, it looks like. Terror Ranger going to pick off Ray, although RC Panda will find Tap. RC Panda finds Nobody as well, so if they reset quick enough, they may find a push, but it doesn't seem to be, and Tap finds RC Panda to close out the fight.
Alright, so Kunzite here have nearly got 4. They've got 4 ults, nearly 5, and Squid are currently on similar amounts with the Zen ult also coming up.
Yeah,
with the Nano Blade there, I think the Transcendence will definitely be crucial.
Yeah, Diva Bomb comes out from Elfin here, not going to find anyone again, bubbled that. Although Alvakit is going to find Naguro, and Tap is going to find Ray, although RC Panda does find Terror Ranger, switching over to that Tracer. Dragon Blade coming out from Snazka though, and Jules Dragon Blades again. Alvakit is going to cancel out Snazka's Blade.
Truly showing me the best again.
Lime tried to escape, but he's just not going to find it. Gosi pulls out the Primal, finds 2 actually. Is he the lone hero on this card? He is, and Gosi, you can celebrate, my friend. You've just saved the point, and Kunzite may well take this point off the back of that amazing Primal Rage from the main tank of their team.
Here comes the real fight.
Transcendence coming out from Terror Ranger here. It looks like they are going to recontest this. Nanopush coming out to Gosi though. So far, no trades, although Terror Ranger is going to find Snazka. Noguro is going to answer back with the pick on the D-Java. Lime brings out the sound barrier, and Naguro and RC Panda are solo carrying this point after that amazing play from Gosi. They are going to take the point, and they're going to have a few stagger kills here on D-Java.
I think what Squid Squad needs to do to stop this massive snowball is switch Tap off the Widow and take him onto the Tracer. The supports are very little pressure on, even with this dive card. Or just make sure the Winter's getting punished. However, we are seeing them switch onto a Ryan Zarya comp fairly early here, sacrificing both tank ults, or all tank ults.
And we are going to see the exact same change come out from Squid Squad here. A very common pick on this 3rd point. Much more vertical, not much horizontal high ground to contest, aside from bridge there, which Diva can do just fine with Naguro on that pick. And actually, one thing I failed to notice is RC Panda was the one who picked the Zarya, not Naguro. So it looks like they're going for a triple tank setup here. While Alvakit has moved over to the Doomfist, and here we see it. He's going to find Ray to try and save this fight. The payload has pushed nearly all the way through point C in just one fight though. And Squid Squad need to get on the points here. They're still not finding those kills that they need, and the big shatter comes out from Goatee. Is that going to finish out this fight? It looks like it is. D-Java the only one left alive for Squid Squad here, and that is great play on point C from Kunzite there.
Yeah, a bit disappointing from Squid Squad. Alvakit did try to claw it back. We're getting multiple picks on the support at the end. However, I don't think that was enough to secure them that point.
Yeah, very good time coming out from Kunzite here. 1 minute and 36 seconds. Push all the way through. It's very rare to even see an overtime push on Watchpoint Gibraltar. So I'll be looking at Squid Squad here to see what they can do. Maybe pull out something unique and out of the ordinary, just to try and catch, this very strong Kunzite squad by surprise, who so far haven't really been phased at all by what they've been running.
That Goats comp though from the Kunzite side was very interesting. Never seen anything like that happen on Gibraltar, especially with only a Diva for high ground control. However, Doomfist was an effective counter to it, and I'd like to see more Doomfist out of Advocate. However, I think we're seeing the Genji again.
Advocate does seem a lot more confident on that Doomfist than Tap did on Lijiang Tower. He did end up getting a few picks in that fight, but it didn't come to fruition. It didn't seem to be enough. And in the end, it looks like Kunzite are actually going to run a Brigida here instead of that secondary DPS, so trying to shut down the dive before it even happens from the side of Squid Squad here. And it just looks like the same comp. Miracom tapped back on that Widowmaker. Aussie Panda the same as well. And in the end, Aussie Panda started to get the better of him in the end, so I'm not sure if this is going to be a good pick.
The tanks on the Kunzite side definitely started doing a lot better towards the end, putting enough pressure on Tap to make it so he can win those 1v1s. That's the main thing when it comes to Widow 1v1s, I feel. It's how much pressure the enemy Widow's getting.
And I really feel that the tanks it really did feel like they were just not coordinated on the same page at the first part of that fight. But it looks like almost Miracoms. Advocate coming out on that far instead of the Brigida, but aside from that, Aussie Panda's going to find Tap immediately, and that's just going to stop the push right there, and nobody's going to find the res, which he will. Advocate on the Farah, though, that's an interesting pick for Watchpoint Gibraltar, especially considering how Widowmaker oriented it is. And the Tab is going to find Aussie Panda, that's a huge pick, especially considering Kunzite don't have a Mercy on their own side, so they can go right now. As really, Kunzite have no damage here. And now, contesting for Blue Box, Snezhka and Negro are combining there, and the difference between Squid Squad and Kunzite's defense is Squid Squad really failed to play around that Blue Box, but Tab in the meantime has picked off Naguro. For a second I thought that was 2 kills, but Aussie Panda is also going to find Terror Ranger, so this fight is a very scrappy one, not really shifting in either direction yet, although the payload has pushed through Car Wash onto the corner, past Blue Box already. And this Widow duel has really been an interesting one on the second point. DJ is going to find Aussie Panda though, and the barrage already coming out from Advocate.
Very big though.
Huge to get off the main support there, and only really Lucio left to keep him alive. Snezhka is on Tap right now, but Ghostie's going to fight Advocate, so that could really turn this fight in the other direction. Rally coming out from the Brigida of Kunzite. Diva Bomb just to make sure. Oh, actually, no, Diva Bomb coming in. He's not going to find anything. Tap is also going to find that infra site. Is he going to find anything though? Aussie Panda playing around the back area with his main support just in case he gets body shot. And it looks like this fight is ended with Kunzite holding.
Yeah, it wasn't a very decisive victory. There weren't many picks towards the end. However, the ults from Kunzite, there's so many of them right now.
Yeah,
I reckon this will be a decisive win for Kunzite on this fight here.
Kunzite are sitting on a lot of ultimates. They may win this fight, but who knows if they're going to win the next few, as we've known them to be quite trigger happy with those ultimates. It looks like this fight will be going in their favor, but again, they've invested 4 ultimates in this fight, and it's not even really that decisive. And Advocate's finding kills as well, so 4 ultimates invested in the fight, and they haven't even won it. Yeah.
Have you even pulled out the Primal Rage? 1v1 in Terror? It seems like Ghosty lost that 1v1 duel to the Zenyatta and Mercy.
Yeah, that Primal Rage getting forced out is huge, and again, we look at the ultimate economy of Kunzite. They're not very good at keeping that economy stable. They're very trigger happy with those ultimates.
So what we're seeing now is Advocate pushing. It's interesting to see him keep this fire, however, against this Widow. I want to see how it pans out, definitely.
Obviously wanted to keep it for the barrage, so he finds nothing. Terroring to bring up the Transcendence, trying to keep him alive. Nobody is going to get that resurrect. And in the meantime, Elfin has found Lime. Infrasight coming out from Tap as well, and it looks like they may finally take this point, but it's very close, and this fight has been very neck and neck so far. Evobomb coming out from Nagura. Is it going to find him? What may do. Finds Terror Range, so that's a very big pick, and they can engage back on this. Alpha going for that little deep bomb on the high ground. He can't push it off in time though. and that is a very not a very useful Diva Bomb right there. Valkyrie coming out as well, and this fight is slowly edging in favor of Squid Squad here, and it does look like they may end up taking point A here, although they are going to re-engage, but no, it's 6v3 here, and I really don't think they will take this point. I think it will, sorry, take the point on point A.
So what I saw in that fight there is when they were focused on point, they're all focused on one target, which is a good thing in some cases. But with the Widow there, she was completely uncontested, as was Alvacate. It would have been very difficult for them to win that fight without any contest on those two people only focusing on the tanks and supports.
Yeah, one of the very hard ways to play Widowmaker against a Pharah and a Widowmaker at the same time is really wondering who do you focus on, because if you focus that Widowmaker, then the Pharah has free reign in the sky, but if you focus the Pharah and take your eye off the Widowmaker, you will lose that duel 90% of that time. And Java is trying to hold that early position, and Alvacate is going to take the... Oh, a huge sleep dart though! Alvacate was looking for that sneaky barrage where he gets slept by Ray. Very good awareness and accuracy on that cooldown. And it looks like that may be the go button for Kunzite to re-engage. Tap is going to find Snatchka though, but in the end nobody goes down, as does Tap himself. Elfin's going to get demeched, and that will be a nasty stagger for Squid Squad.
Bruce. Hate to be him right now.
Yeah, you hate to see those Divas get staggered, and oh, just as G-Java was about to get there to save his baby Diva, gets picked off, and in the end that fight is very bad one for Squid Squad here.
I feel like it could have been an effective bait if they kept him there. If the Java dived in, it would been an easy punish for him.
Yeah.
However, they're currently holding that spaceship, which is an interesting place to hold. Leaving the honor alone bomb left, but Squid Squad don't know that yet.
I really consider Spaceship here the blue box of point B. You can really get to any point on the map, and it's a safe route to any position. Nanoboost comes out from Ray onto Ghosty here. Big Diva Bomb takes out Ray. That means that there's very low healing on the side of Kunzite. And now Lime is forced to pop a sound barrier, but in the meantime, Terror Range is going to pump the more powerful Transcendence. And this could really snowball into a point B take here if Squid Squad really play their cards right here. Again, no more picks coming out, and Alvacate's going to get taken by Negro, so they seem to have lost their chance. Sensuke's also going to invest the Dragon Blade. He's going to get Terror Ranges. That's the biggest pick he can get right now. He's also camping the body, so nobody can't really get that res. Although, he's going to go for it anyway on that Mercy. But Goatsee's got him, and that is, again, very brutal fight where Squid Squad have not taken advantage of a very important pick at the start of that fight.
Leaving the stagger there, however, when they could have staggered Niffle, could have actually lost them the point here. Squid Squad managed to push that, because if they managed to do it, if they managed to stall Niffle, they would be going into this fight with a 5v6, which would be extremely good for the final fight.
Yeah, contesting that point with 30 seconds left on a 5v6 would have been brutal. Now nobody's going to pop that Valkyrie, and they're going to really have to play aggressive here if they want to take point B and keep this map alive and keep their chances of winning the series alive. Tap now dueling Snezhka, and Elfin's going to find Ray, so they could really snowball this, and now they've taken out the Genji as well. Diva Bomb is going to come out as well to try and zone them off the point, and Tap is going to find Line. Negro's going to drop his Diva Bomb as well, and he finds Dijava. That's huge. Can they really snowball this, or are they going to choke it again? So far, there's 2 picks from Negro, but they may just pull it out if they stop Snezhka from touching that point. Big biotic grenade though, and Alvacate gets 3 in that fight. Although Snezhka's going to take out Tap as well. This is a really neck and neck fight right now. Spawn's advantage of Kunzite, but the Squid Squad are still on the point with the Primal Rage and Elvin on the Diva. This could be a very important fight if they win it, but they're not winning it. Kunzite have got back on the point here. They have to win this now. It's 1 versus 6. Nobody's alone, and in the end, nobody had nobody with him in that final fight.
That was a very decisive win there from Kunzite.
Yeah, despite having that control of the point and really having those picks, Kunzite chose the right time to group up and all engage on that final point. And I think the play of that game would well have been Goatsy getting those Primal Rage kills at the end of point A, really. But in reality, Kunzite are just a stronger team in the series as we see.
One of the things I was noticing from the Squid Squad side, however, was the strong performance from Terror on Zenyatta, consistently winning those 1v1s against the Tracer in the backline.
Yeah, it does seem like the supports of Kunzite were just left out in the open here. and not really having any pressure dropped on them. So, do you feel that their dive wasn't coordinated, or what do you feel the issue was with that?
I don't know. The focus fire just isn't there. They don't have. They obviously don't have a target caller or something's missing from Squid Squad side. Kunzite, however, have everything figured out for themselves. They are definitely gonna be doing well in this tournament.
Kunzite are definitely the stronger team on these first two maps, taking up and leading us into this third map 2-0. And really, I feel the issue with Squid Squad is actually just their target selection. And not necessarily that they're not focusing the same targets, but they're picking off the wrong targets every fight. And on top of that, not capitalizing on those picks once they get them. As 3 or 4 fights on the second point, Ray was picked off, and in the end, they didn't really capitalize on it. They ended up losing those fights anyway.
Yeah, there was definitely a lack of focus fire coming from the Squid Squad side. Kunzite obviously were doing very well. They almost had that correct balance of focus fire and peeling.
Yeah. The peel from Kunzite was fantastic whenever Squid Squad did put pressure on, but like we've said many times since the end of the map, it's just not really seemed like there is much pressure on those supports, and they're running one of the most susceptible supports in Ana, who doesn't really have much self peel at all, aside from hitting those sleep darts and timing that biotic grenade to keep herself alive. And that nano boost in fights has been huge with those nano blades, and nanos onto Goatsy getting 2 or 3 kills every time it's used. And I feel like despite being trigger happy with those ultimates, they have still done very well to use those ultimates in effective ways.
It honestly feels like as Kunzite are using lots and lots of ults, they are also gaining the back at the same speed. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So they're never really wasting a lot of ults because they've got 2 back for the next fight.
I agree with that there. But it looks like we are going to be going into a quick 5-minute break for half time here. Stay tuned though. We will be back in about 5 minutes for the final 2 maps of this series.
I'm here where endless meets the end. Do you see me? I'm hidden here again. Your whispers found its way, calling me to stay. I'm standing at the edge, but something always brings me back. All the voices in my head reminding me of what I have. If I fall tonight, you can bring me back to life. If I fall tonight, you can be my saving light. 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 Now they see me, and they'll never be the same. Your whispers found its way, calling me to stay. You can be my saving I'm standing at the edge, but something always brings me back. All the voices in my head reminding me of what I had. If I fall tonight, you can bring me back to life. If I fall tonight, you can be my saving light. 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 Hello. Hello.
so we are back here with OTC Season 6, Semi-Pro Division Week 2. And we're going to be heading to Temple of Anubis here. A very interesting map in terms of compositions that can be run. So, Soup, what are you really looking for in map 3 here?
Maybe some dive comp defenses and attacks. However, the Goats comp is definitely an applicable option here, which I feel like Kunzite will go for an attack. And defense will definitely be interesting because it's definitely versatile. You can run Hog Orisa, Diva Orisa, anything.
Yeah, I definitely think that we are going to see the Goats comp here. Of course, Kunzite are up 2-0 in the series, taking first Lijiang Tower and then Watchpoint Gibraltar in quite convincing fashion, I must say. Like, Squid Squad are struggling here. Anyway, we are going to be taking it into Temple of Anubis now. Game is just loading up. And here on 2CP, it's very difficult to take that second point. So what I'm going to be looking for is not necessarily the first point attacks, but how teams adapt onto that second point and how they can really close out this map with the spawns so close to where they're playing.
Oh, come on, Lime, pick the top. Alright, Lime's going on to Zen. I feel like, I don't know what we're seeing from Squid Squad right now with the May Doomfist comp.
May Doomfist is something that I myself actually played in the semi-final of the Division A last year. It was an interesting comp, and it actually worked pretty well until we messed up. So I'll be interested to see how they actually play this, because I myself have some experience with the comp they're bringing out.
It seems like they're sticking with it, yeah. Alright, so we'll see Doom and May this time. So I don't know how this strat will work too. Do you have any insight on how this works?
Well, if they're going to play it the same way that we played it, then they're probably going to hide out and try and wall off some people and get a pick with that one-shot kill potential of the Doomfist. But there's really no way to tell, as there's so many ways to play this composition. It looks like they're already playing it differently to how we did in that match.
This could be effective in a number of ways. Just counter-diving that Monkey and that Genji. It will definitely suppress him to heavy counters to the Genji on DPS.
Yeah, I agree heavily with that there. And we're going to be heading in. It looks like, as we said, the Ghost comp will be coming out from the side of Kunzite here. It's worked for them very well throughout the entire series. Let's see how it's going to work in this match. Although, here we see they're going up to the high ground here, and they're already walled off already, and
Can
actually,
they capitalize?
it looks like they're gonna, yeah. Snatch already falling, well, DJ's Goblin falls down as well, but the kills are heading in favor of Squid Squad here, and despite these late pickoffs, I think they're gonna be able to clean up here. And yeah, Squid Squad are gonna hold this first fight, which really they needed with a momentum shifter.
So what I've noticed from Squid Squad, they've gone on to the double main support, which I reckon is compensating for the lack of communication on Nobody. You can see she's getting dived and is often getting no support, which I reckon is due to the lack of communication from her.
Yeah, and Nobody has been a slight weak point in this match, being picked off early in a fair few fights, and it looks like Snatchka has swapped over to that Pharah rather than the Brigitte, along with RC Panda switching to that Widowmaker, as he has favoured all season long in terms of DPS picks.
We're actually seeing the tap 1v1 again, and we can finally see who the better Widow is.
Yeah,
on tap heavily counting it.
On Gibraltar, it did seem to be RC Panda towards the end of that series, but again, Tap is in a tough position here. Does he shoot for the Pharah, or does he take out RC Panda?
It seems like he's playing behind the barrier though, which makes him in a good position to get both.
Yeah.
However, Pharah is playing this very smart, hiding behind those corners, playing around.
Yeah, they're actually playing inside that Mega Health Pack room on the left. They're straight away going to dive into the mini on the right side of point. Tap is going to find Ray though. Graviton coming out. Are they going to capitalize on it? And they are. They've got 3 kills already. Snatchka is firing into that small room, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any real follow-up on Snatchka's damage. And really now again, it is just cleanup. And Squid Squad have really turned it around here and shifted momentum back in their favor with this defense.
Very good ult economy as well coming from Squid Squad, only using 3 ults including the Infosites there, which isn't necessarily a game-changing ultimate. However, Kunzite is coming up on 5 ultimates, which could prove to be formidable, especially with that Pharah barrage.
Yeah, Infosight coming out from RC Panda, he can now see everyone on the map, and although Tap is going to win that Widow Drill despite that, That's a huge play from Tap to really cancel that ultimate there. That really could have spelled disaster for his team.
Let's see if RC can try and knock out Tap this time. I think the Imprecise is gone now.
Imprecise, yes, it is indeed gone. And Aussie Panda's going to find Elvin. Diva Bomb coming in. Is there any defense? No, it doesn't look like it's going to find anyone. Nobody, though, is going to in a very bad position here. Ghosty blocks the Earth Shatter, and Snatchka is going to come out with the Rocket Barrage. Doesn't find anyone with the barrage itself. Finds Terror Ranger in the end. Ghosty with that Nano Boost, and Lime is going to find the res. And the pressure from Ghosty on that Winston is just too much to hold in the end of this point.
The 3 picks there from Tap are just not enough for them to able to secure that. They really need to. The rest team really needs to start pulling their weight, because Tap's the only one that at the moment seems to be able to get the picks at the start of fight. And here we are again, back at the Goatscom. However, the May Doomfist is out, ready to counter.
Yeah, May Doomfist, obviously one of the better combinations to counter this this composition. Is the entire strength of Goats is how close together they can be. Ray again favoring that Zenyatta over the Moira though. So we can see how that will play into effect here, and they are going to go straight onto the back line, straight over the wall, and Nagura's immediately going to find nobody. What we mentioned about that weak link and always being picked off early, Alvocate is going to get the DMAC, but Tab has also fallen, and now it is a 5 versus 4, or 5.5 if you count Naguro as maybe a 0.5 in that Baby Diva form. Gosi is just holding strong on that point. He is 42% of that Earthshot and not really going to get that anytime soon. Tap's going to find Snatchka though. Line did take out Terror Ranger, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough, and these spawns are seeming to be too much. Although they are... How are they going to hold? This is an interesting fight here, really trading both ways. Aussie Panda's going to find Tap as well, and the tanks are holding strong at this point. Grav coming out though, and in the end that is going to seal up this fight, but it only really found one, so not much value from that game-changing ultimate in the Graviton Surge.
Even keeping that Blizzard as well, that's definitely some good ult discipline. However, one major deficit on the Kunzite side is that they did not kill Terror. He had the Zenyatta, he had 3 people on and just did not die.
Terra on that Ana, able to provide so much healing despite the pressure, whereas nobody did get picked up very early, so crucial play there. And again, we see the power of the Mei against GoComp. They get split up, which really ruins the entire point of GoComp in that they need to stay together with that close range healing. Only the Zenyatta for long range healing, and right now, it seems like Squid have really turned it around and they've understood the weakness of that Goats comp very well.
What I'm currently seeing from the Kunzite, they're trying to use the Goats comp in the same principle that Divers used for, singling out, single target and targeting. However, what I think they need to do is address the tanks. They're staying alive the entire fight and able to generate ults extremely quickly and just tearing their team apart. Like, they're getting down the Mercy, but then those Ana heals are always there.
Blizzard coming out from Alvocate here. Well, Ray is going to respond with the Transcendence. So far, Tap has went down, but that's about it. And Spite is still anybody's game. Nobody gets the res. Trying to get the Shatter. He does find Elvin. He's not going to get anyone else, though. Finds Tap with that self-destruct on Negro. Grav coming out from Kunzite. Aussie Panda got slapped as he fired it, though, so no follow-up as of yet. Although the Nano Boost onto D-Java isn't going to be enough. Actually, they've turned this around. Alvocate just cryo-freezing on the corner of the point, and the Valkyrie is going to be popped by nobody. Trying to keep that team alive as they try to recontest. Tap is back on the Doomfist now, but still no picks so far. Graviton comes out from Elfin as well, and really this does turn around. DJ was fucked over to that Wrecking Ball. Tap finds Slushka as well. Elfin goes down though. Ray is finding those picks. Like Joel going out on the right hand side between Ray and Terra here. Nobody gets the Resident Elfin as well. Negro finds nobody, but it doesn't look like that is going to be enough, and in the end it seems like Squid Squad is going to hold here, but yeah, it looks like they're going to hold. I thought they were going to maybe get a tick out of that, but no, in the end. Squid Squad will hold again on point B.
However, one very interesting thing I saw from Lime on the enemy side there was him actually climbing up the Mei wall so he could beat everyone that was trapped there, so no one managed to die to the Blizzard or the getting walled off, which is a very good play. Something you don't see a lot of GMs trying to make.
Yeah, that Maywall was very nearly a fatal blow. And again, he's... Oh, that's huge. Ghostie's been walled off, and he's going to die very quickly. And that is the entire point of running the Mei here. Very good play.
They have switched to the Mercy, and she seems to be res in the open. Feeding almost. They have also gone down to the Farah.
Yeah, this fight as much as over, though. And in the end, those picks are crucial, and this Mei is really really showing a very strong form on point B here. Tap is going back to spawn. Looks like he's going to make a swap over to the McCree here. So, what do you think we're going to see out of Tap here on that McCree?
Hopefully countering that Pharah, which will be his main purpose, I imagine. However, the Junkrat is definitely going to be annoying because he's not going to get a very good LOS. However, there comes the wall again, the walling of Goatsy, allowing the Java to make an easy charge onto him.
So far, this Mei is becoming such a nuisance, and D-Java hits a massive shatter. That's going to stop them from even touching the point, I think. Although Negro touches, and he gets a Devo out. He's going to find anybody. He doesn't in the end. And the picks are going in favor of Squid Squad here. And Ray does find Tap. That's massive. That means that Aussie Panda could be good. Oh, he was on the fire, but he's not going to have any value because he's on the Tracer just trying to get back to point. Nobody gets the res in the Terror Ranger if he goes down. Java finds Snatchka as well on that Junkrat, so no major damage output here for Kunzite. Huge charge from Java. Although Goatsy is going to get that shatter, is he going to be able to pick up any kills? Kills are starting to go in favor of Kunzite here. Are they going to be able to at least get a take, or is this match over? Doesn't look like it so far. What do you think we're going to see in terms of contesting here, Soup?
I don't think Niffle might make it. He didn't get booped off though. There's the grab, there's the grab. Alvacate's there. He can definitely stall for a bit. As
a huge grab, but no follow-up coming out. And it looks like in the end, they may well capture point B here.
The Java's momentum is stopped. Ray is just popping off on the Zenyatta. Absolutely uncontested and unstoppable.
Into the iris.
Absolutely, I really feel that Ray was the unsung hero of that fight, keeping his team alive and getting so much damage output on that Zenyatta. Obviously a huge damage output as we see from the likes of Jonak in the Overwatch League, and it's great to see some top tier Zenyatta play here in OTC.
Especially him managing to kill Alvacate multiple times before he could Ice Cube. Basically taking out the contest factor that Squid Squad had before he died. So what we're seeing now, I think, is Squid Squad are going to be pushing in. They need to beat the time of 0 seconds from Kunzite. Do you reckon they could do it?
Well, Zen Moira, I'm curious here. They need to at least get a minute on the board, and they can at least guarantee themselves a draw on this point. Obviously, the biggest score they can get in this match is a draw now, as we don't have any tiebreaker maps lined up for today. Although, if they want to send this into the extra rounds here on Anubis, we really need to see a good push here on point A and really carry that momentum into point B for me. We need to come to a push here, and then they need to be decisive on when to switch off the dive comp, as often Brian Zarya can fail on that second point. I really feel the lack of Reaper on that was a very surprising thing as well, because Reaper is very good at closing out that point.
I feel like the stool was very important as well. It was their decision, and they made it, I guess. Not much we can do about it. However, seeing this Zen Moira strat is definitely interesting. No kind of speed boost or anything, which is very odd. I'm hoping Terra can get enough peel. However, they don't have anything to dive with, so it could be quite effective. Especially with Moira being so proficient against healing spam.
Yeah, definitely. I really feel that in terms of Terror Ranger here, I'm going to be watching Elfin on this Diva trying to keep his Zenyatta alive. And here we see RC Panda playing a very aggressive sideline for the Widowmaker here. Tap is going to try and be matching that by taking the high ground, but RC Panda is playing behind a shield, so it's a very risky peek at the minute. Alvacate is going to be trying to open up that space, and he's going to get trapped in front of the shield, and there's not much you can do there. No one's going to fire into that animation, sadly, Genji. Negro's going to instantly get a pick onto Alvacate.
What needs to happen here is the Java and Nifl need to jump into that shield, cause disorganization, get the Widow Tuso grapples to run away, and then Tap can hopefully clean up on that Widow pick.
Yeah, and again, they're just delaying further. Terror Range getting picked up by RC Panda as well, so this clock is going to get eaten down if they keep staggering in. With the spam going to the choke, how can they really counteract it, especially behind that shield?
Already a minute gone, you're right. The trap is back where it was before, and let's see if Advocate falls for it. However, they have switched to this Ryan Zarya comp here, and they are pushing through that right side, which is definitely a dangerous pick against the Junkrat. And that's the first pick from the Junk, and the sleep dart on the Junk.
Junkrat already building up to that Riptire, and he gets two. That's going to clear up this fight. And that was not the greatest of ideas to push in through tight corridors against that Junkrat, who can really just spam it at chokes and stop you from really moving in tight corridors like that one.
Really need to try and get Lucio here if they keep going through there, or they need to try and make it to that top right side without getting spammed by Junkrat. Alvagate has been spotted by the Arisa actually. Will he get picked off here?
I really don't think he will. He has that mobility, although rather than escaping, he's decided to go after the Widowmaker here. He doesn't find that pick or really any damage on him at all, and he's instantly healed up. Now though, they seem to be taking a better approach and taking straight to point. Alvagate pushing in with that Dragon Blade, finds the Junkrat, which has been a huge deal, but Junkrat finds it with a total mayhem as well. Equal trades so far, and Coalescence coming out from nobody on literally 1 HP right now. Terror Ranger is also on very low on health. Nobody does fall, and so as the tap, they're still capturing a point. They may well take here, but no, not quite. Elephants and DJ are still alive on that Zarya and the Reinhardt respectively. And Lime flies into the low space area into with a Reinhardt, so that's not good. Negro drops that self-destruct, and Elfin's forced to get off the point together, but they've got a tick, and they're actually regrouping here and slowly getting the picks here. Someone needs to contest Ray on this high ground though. He's putting down damage and healing onto the point. And it looks like Alvagate is going to do just that and take the point. And now the Supercharger's coming out as well.
Nobody's gone.
Nobody is gone though, yes, exactly. Great point there. Ghost Supercharger goes down immediately, and Alphen is going to take out Gozy himself. Alvagate doing his job, taking out the Widowmaker, and it looks like they will take point A here finally.
With only a blade being used there, that's incredible push from Squid Squad.
It looks like they used the blade and the Valkyrie there, but again, Alvagate already building up that blade, and they're already on the point with Tap here. And remember, they still have that Transcendence, that Graviton, and that Earthshatter. Very, very big fight coming up here. If Kunzite can hold here, then it may well be tough for Squid Squad to take it. Graviton coming
Very
out
big grab there, waiting for that to go. Alright, Nipples down.
Nipples down, but the Graviton didn't have much follow-up either, and the Transcendence was used as well. So we were talking about Kunzite's ultimate economy, but in the end, it looks like it's actually Squid Squad's ultimate economy that's going to mess it up here. They're going to hold after using 4 ultimates in that fight. So Tap is still on the point, so he's just going to try and touch, but in the end, this fight is as good as over, I feel, and Tap may well be staggered, actually.
Yeah, he's hacked. It may be over for Tap as well, and that's a huge stagger.
Massive stagger on the Tracer as well. It's not just the Diva here, it is the Tracer, one of your key forms of damage in this composition.
They've got a pulse bomb that could be...
They need to wait though, they need to wait. Alvagate is up to the far just for that chip damage to really get down on the tanks and the Brigida, respectively. If Tap can get a pick with his pulse bomb though, it may well win them this fight.
The Java's disconnected.
Java picked off, actually.
Oh, we need
Looks like we may go into a pause here.
Oh, no, we're good.
Oh, okay. So, on the ultimates, again, they're not... Squid Squad, like we said, after that one fight, that they had so many ultimates and used them all, they're now struggling heavily to even get onto this point. RC Panda causing damage to the backline, but as I say that, Caster Curse coming to fruition, Tap finds the pick. He died with that EMP, so this could be huge for a recontest, but again, Alvagate goes down. And I don't know if you can really push this without your Pharah, although Mercy is going to get the res now, and now the fight's taking up. Huge pulse bomb.
That's...
Massive
The EMP was a second too late for that Earthshatter, unfortunately.
Yeah, EMP didn't quite save his team, but in the end, the spawns are in their advantage. Ray is now trying to keep himself alive against Tap here. Lime is also trying to save his support, and so is the Diva. Tap is 4 versus 1 right now, and it really doesn't look like he's going to get out. And Ray, who has been a star all game on those supports, is a bloodthirsty support himself, will get that final kill.
He needs to be getting out of those fights much quicker than he currently is.
He's staggering a lot, isn't he?
Yeah.
So now looking at the ultimate situation, what can we expect in the upcoming fight here, do you think?
Definitely the grab, definitely a shatter. The grab coming in from Naguro, so that could be a good counter grab if he gets the correct follow-up. There's the grab, no follow-up.
As you say, the grab comes out, but like you say as well, no follow-up. Well, Tap picks off 2, so this could be huge. If they can capitalize on these picks. Tap is popping over right now, picking off 3. Elfin picks up Goatsy as well. And now they need to contest Ray, who is just firing at the point. Gets the nano boost onto the Diva. That's a very tanky target now, who's taking a very reduced amount of damage. Takes out RC Panda, who was 50% of that and can't get a pick. But the Transcendence comes into the grab. Oh, Elfin goes down, and a Shadow finds nobody. This is still a very winnable fight. Tap picks off the Baby Diva as well before she can remech. Tap is the winner of this fight right now. What's happening right now? I don't even know.
It seems like Tap's carried them to victory. Is this the effect of Envious?
Tap. Oh my god, Tap. playing insane on that final point, just when Squid Squad needed him to pop off, when they needed an answer to the to Kunzite's play. Tap comes in, pushes his team back, and says, "Let me handle this," and he takes out 3 on the engage.
On the other hand, though, excellent space there created by Dijal. Excellent block chat. They just use that. The Zara just used that grab way too fast. They used it way too slow. She could not get it off, and that eventually cost them the point. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, definitely. Ghosty also had a shadow there, which he tried to really get a big play where he pinned Elfin and thought, they're all behind me. But in the meantime, Squid would have moved off the point just for a second and knew that they had the shadow and was ready to use it. So great awareness of the ultimates as well by Squid Squad.
Seems like we're seeing the Goats comp coming out from Squid Squad. However, they are running with this Mercy, which is definitely a questionable pick. Okay, there's the Moira out from Nobody, and Zenyatta as well. Definitely questionable as well.
I'm wondering if they are going to run this Zenyatta. No, Terran's going to swap up to that Lucio.
Yeah, definitely a smart pick. We just need to see sufficient contest from Niffle on this Widow, and then we should be good.
Yeah.
As you said, there's either a draw or a win here. There's no loss here for Squid Squad.
There is no loss here for Squid Squad. They are guaranteed to win, at least get a draw on this point. Although they are looking for the win to at least get a tie on this map. And straight away, they're moving straight to the point, understanding the awareness, the strength, sorry, of Ghostcomp. They're not, they're split up here, which again, really is the strength of Ghostcomp. Dijava finds Ghosty, and Tap is going to get the DMAC on Naguro. But is that going to turn that favor? Dijava finds Lime as well. Tap also finds Snatchka, and Alvagate is going to get the DMAC Baby Diva here. It's going to be Squid Squad taking this series, almost no doubt here. And yep, Squid Squad will take Temple of Anubis 3-2.
So next match, we'll make it 3-2 again.
Yeah, it looks like
very decisive win coming out from Squid Squad. I hope we can see the next match as equal as that one just was.
I hope we have a very contested Icon Vault here. Just with, they've really stepped up their play. I feel I don't know what happened during the break. I don't know what happened, but I gotta say someone may have spoken to somebody, and the shot calling seemed a lot better as well. I feel.
It seems like they're following Terra's calls like they should have been.
But yeah, so going into Icon Vault here, what type of map is Icon Vault? What type of compositions are we going to see across the map?
Unfortunately, there's going to be another Goats comp coming along, Resident Sleeper. However, I do think we could see a dive comp on the second point, or just a traditional Ranzara, which is rare. Which is a rarity to see nowadays.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this Alvacate Pharah again, along with Snatchka on that Brigitte. Both very strong picks, and Snatchka has also pulled out Pharah during this match. So maybe we'll see some Pharah duels, do you think?
Pharah duels would be very nice. However, I do further want to see this May Doomfist combo they've got going on. It was such an effective counter to Goats.
Yeah, the May Doomfist was very strong in winning them Temple of Anubis and getting them that time bank that really allowed them to take Temple of Anubis there. And if we look at Icon Vault first, that's where I think we're most likely to see a Pharah if we do. That's also most likely where we're going to see that Doomfist May if it comes out. So I will be interested to see how Kunzite bounce back from this play, this map, and also just how they're going to mentally reset themselves after such a shift in momentum, if you will.
Squid Squad definitely showed their proficiency there. I would like to, maybe we could see the Doomfist on attack here, however, I do feel like there'll be a Ghost Comp coming in.
Yeah, Ghost Comp is a very common pick on this map. But, again, Pharah, a great counter. And another pick we saw earlier in the week in that Squid Squad 2 versus Swift esports game was the Sombra. I think Sombra's a very strong pick on this first point as well. So, what are you thinking about Sombra as well?
Sombra, she's definitely right in the meta right now. If they know how to use her and coordinate, which is something Kunzite definitely lacked, they consistently missed their Shatter and EMP combos, doing 1 or 2 a second too early or late.
Yeah, definitely. Sombra, as you say, is in a great place in the meta right now. She's never really been in the meta before this, but since those changes, since that infinite stealth, and also the faster hack a while ago now, she's been very, very heavily in the meta. And with the games with Ghost Comp, where you're so compact and you rely on the Lucio and the Reinhardt to really get around safely, getting a hack off against that composition can be crucial.
Yeah, especially to the dismay of all the main tanks out there. The Doomfist and Sombra meta is around, and it could be abused by either side right now.
I am really looking forward to it. If we do see some Doomfist Sombra, it's a great composition to watch. Obviously not if you're the main tank though. But Stun City is also what we would like to call this meta due to the punches, due to these stuns. How frustrated do you think the main tanks are right now? On a bit more of a fun note here.
Well, after consistently playing for almost 13 hours a day this weekend, I can say they're very frustrated. Especially as I'm getting this frustration ladder in this ranked game. I can only imagine how bad it is to be going against a coordinated Doomfist or Sombra. It will be horrible to play against.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you play on the ladder then? You mentioned having getting frustrated on the ladder. What's your area of expertise?
Main tank, definitely. I top 500 main tank.
Wow, that's very different to my flat chat DPS main. But
Play enough and you get up.
Yeah, but I'd love to see a good main tank, especially when they are popping off like Goatsy is right now in this match, playing so well, opening up so much space for his team on Watchpoint and on Lijiang. Not so much on Temple of Anubis. Maybe that was a bad map for him, but he's been playing so well, and I bet you're happy to see some good main tank play in this match.
It does look like Goatsy is a superior main tank to Dejava. However, I reckon Dejava could prove himself this map.
Yeah,
Are we gonna see this
has
back?
also been getting. What was that? Sorry.
Are we gonna wait? Never mind.
I'm sorry, dude. But like with Dejava, he's been hitting some very big shadows as well. Both Reinhardt's that, but I feel Dejava has been more comfortable on that Reinhardt than the Winston, as the dive cup hasn't been that strong. But Goatsy seems more. Goatsy has been a lot more comfortable on that Winston to the Reinhardt, despite still being strong on that pick. But here we're gonna see actually we're gonna see Kunzite on defense. So I really think that if we do see actually now that I look at it, yeah, we're seeing exactly what we were talking about. With the Sombra Doomfist. So what do you think about the Sombra Doomfist here?
The Sombra Doomfist, it's very easy to use and abuse. They just need to get the hack on the Rhine or the supports, and or Sombra just invis, they can dive the same target so easily. And the Doomfist seems to be starting from just behind the point, and they're holding very far back. This is definitely an interesting hold here, especially with the dive. And here we go.
So here we are, the fight is kicking off. Snusk's going to engage straight away, straight back to his team though. No picks happening just yet. And it looks like Squid Squad are actually very strong on the point right now. But they're split again. Squid Squad have had a very bad time staying together. And that is the downside of GoComp. Ray finding that big Bionade, but it isn't enough. Goatsy's also going to go down to Dejava. And what we're saying about the main tank duel is not coming to fruition here. Negro's going to go down, as is Lime as well, and it really looks like Squid Squad are stepping up the game here and cleaning up this fight on point A. Very fast now.
And there comes Tap with 4 kills towards the end there. Very big. Dejava's already on that shatter. Tap's nearly at the Graviton. Niffle's nearly at the bomb. They're definitely set for this next point, or half point.
Yeah, definitely. And Tap has built that Grav so fast. I love seeing high level Zarya play, and we are seeing the highest of levels in Tap on this hero. Very strong pick from him. He clearly seems comfortable on it. Meanwhile, Kunzite, they're dumbfounded. They don't really know what to do. And like Negro on this Diva has really done a good job of keeping his team alive in the first 2 maps, but later maps, he's not really been doing that well at keeping those alive. Big Diva bomb coming in over the top, not going to find anybody going to land above the payload where Kunzite are not. Tap, meanwhile, finding 2 on that Zarya, though. I don't know where he is, but he's going through castle and he's tearing through it. Great play from Tap.
To me, currently, it seems they need to switch off this dive comp, and they've put way too much reliance into the Doom Sombra combo to shut it down. However, they do have the EMP and 4 other ults. It could be a very good hold here for Kunzite if they play it well.
They have that Diva bomb EMP combo and they're going to find nobody with it. Not as in the Moira there, obviously. And they're also going to find Tap as well. very big EMP, great engage tactic, and we're seeing that just then. It looks like Kunzite may finally stabilize at the end of point B here, and yeah, but definitely looks like this case, Kunzite will stabilize at the end of point B.
It seems like they're going for a stagger on Nifl, however it did not succeed. So as we can now see, Goatsy has managed to reclaim his primal, which is what we spotted out earlier about them having a good. Haven't got good ult economy, but they're getting ults back as quickly as they're using them. Nobody dying at the start of the fight. Maybe proved to be an advantage if she was going to use their coalescent. However, now that they can push him with coalescence, maybe beat in the mid, maybe Diva Bomb in the mid fight as well. It's going to be a very interesting fight to see.
Nobody dying to that Diva Bomb EMP combo was huge in that fight, and I completely agree. Natsuka's now going to engage onto D-Java, and D-Java's going to drop low, and he's going to actually drop completely. Meanwhile, Ray is being pressured by Terra Ranger in the backline, but Neguro is also going to find Alpha Kate, and Lime is going to get tapped as well. Terra Ranger will end up finding Lime, but it's Ray, but it doesn't seem to be enough as Negro is also going to pick him off in the end, and they will hold again. Very strong defense at the end of point B here.
With that spawn advantage, that pick means almost nothing towards the Kunzite side. However, what I think we might have just seen is a dry push coming from the Squid Squad side, which has allowed them to build up both ults and the bomb to full. There's no more mid-fight ult.
Yeah, definitely a dry push is always very strong. If you're behind an ult economy, Tap making that swap over to Soldier 76 last fight, which we didn't mention. But is he going to get much value out of it? Big Diva Bomb going on the high ground. He does demech Neguro. Alpha K's also going to find Ghosty, so this fight is really good for Squid Squad here. And DJ was also going to find try to chase Ray. Ossipan's going to be picked off with that EMP though. Mino Strike coming out from Snurka. And he's going to be picked off immediately by Alpha K. Alpha K popping off here on this Genji. And now Ghosty's going to try and recontest, but it's a 5v2 with Ray getting picked off early, and now it's just Ghosty. And it looks like Squid Squad will take point B here on like.
What we've just seen from Ghosty has been a very smart play. As you can see, he's already in 25% on his Earth Shatter. He's switched to Shatter early, just so we can go and get Earth Shatter, knowing that fight was lost. However, what we've just seen is a waste of both the EMP and the Diva Bomb coming from the Kunzite side after the cart wasn't even inside the third point yet. Give him zero value, not even zoning.
Possibly a bit of miscommunication there. Tap picking off Neguro early in the second fight of point C as well. That EMP and bomb would have been so crucial in this fight. Now the coalescence would come out from nobody. Lime is going to about with the sound barrier, but Ray doesn't get the effects. He gets picked up by D-Java. Ghosty's also going to find a nobody, and Aussie Panda will pick off D-Java in the backlines. And Dragon Blade now coming out from Alvacade. Gets two. Great plays. Aussie Panda then picks off Tap, but it still seems like it's going in their favor. Although as I say that, like very fast shift of momentum in that fight.
Definitely a questionable blade coming from Alvacade there. He did it just as he did it around 3 or 4 seconds after nobody and the Java both been killed.
Yeah, very. Although he got 2, it was still a very questionable blade. He's going to make a swap over to Brigitte, and Tap is going to swap to the Junkrat. Elfin also swapping over to that Zarya, so it seems like we're getting a more close-ranged comp for point B, which is very suited for comps like this.
What I don't like what they've just done, however, is switching most of their character over. So look at their auto company, they have hardly anything versus the Kunzite side.
D-Java getting picked off early, Diva Bomb coming in, Nesca getting 2 with that, and that really should have been where the fight ended, but in the end, Megara also launching in that Diva Bomb. So again, we're talking about the ultimate economy throughout this entire series has been the story of failure of Kunzite, and we see it again here.
Especially with that main, like they killed the Java. It's not that would have been fight over. They should have just turned around and let that be done. They should have just spammed in. They would have killed everyone. However, now they can't do.
However, it's not the end of the world. They do have RC Panda coming up on the Graviton Surge, so there's no Diva on the side of Squid Squad, and we're seeing that right now. Sound barrier coming out though, but so far they're caught up in it, and yes, a very good fight. Maybe a bit late of a Transcendence and not needed, but they're going to clean up here, and they're going to keep holding on point C here, so they've turned it around on Nike World here, I feel.
Definitely. It'll be difficult for them to push in here. However, I do think Albuquerque, maybe not, never mind. However, they do have a considerable ult bank built up on both sides now. 1 defensive ult coming up for Kunzite and 3 ults, including Grab, coming up for Squid Squad.
You've got to think though, Valkyrie is not as strong as the Transcendence or the Sound Barrier is for keeping your teammates alive. There's finally going to be an engaged, huge Earth Shatter coming out. Riptire is going to be answered back though, and he finds 2, so it's an even trade here. Both tanks as well, so that is a great
Terror
trade
is back up.
for Squid to make.
Definitely win.
Terror is back. Now,
Terror is knocked out. Right, the self-destruct uses, but that's the fight over though, with both the Brigade ult and the Deep Roll being used at the end. However, they are left with 3 ults for the final fight, as are the Squid Squad, saving that gravity.
if Lime gets picked up here, this could be huge though. In the end, Aussie Panda build a grav in 1 fight. Again, very good pick for him too. As it is for Tap. Tap on that Junker has another Riptire though, so this could be a very key ultimate here. What's going to happen? They're going to find that grab, and that sound barrier is crucially timed. Doesn't get any kills because of that sound barrier. Sen's coming into the Graviton Surge that was launched in by Elfin here. Still no picks in this fight. This is a very stalemate-oriented fight. I can't see where this fight is going, but Tap is going to find Ray.
It's a huge shatter!
Huge shatter from D-Java there. Is there going to be follow-up? It looks like there is. D-Java gets one of his own. Tap finds Aussie Panda, and Alvacate is going to get Lime as well. And now it's all red in the kill feed, and it looks like Squid Squad are going to at least advance to the final stages of Point C.
And the incoming Brigade ult definitely makes it a difficult fight for them to win. Make Kunzite difficult.
Yeah, the Brigade ult is being popped just now. Riptide coming out from Tap to really zone him in, and Aussie Panda goes down. That's a core part of their Kunzite's damage right now. And Ghosty is stuck out that shadow.
Very large anti-nade
zone as well, so this could be a very, very important fight. Kunzite can't win this. This may well be the end of this series. A huge shatter. Again, these shatters are being built so fast. The tank ultimates from Squid Squad are being built so fast, and these tanks are so competent. Now it looks like Ghosty's come back on the Doomfist. He's not going to be able to touch, and they will finally capture Point C.
That was definitely a back and forth round. The first 2 points were so decisive by the Squid Squad side, whereas Kunzite just couldn't do anything about them. Maybe that was because of the dive comp, I'm not sure. However, I reckon on this attacking side, we're going to see the goats from Kunzite. And we will see, I'm not sure what we'll see from Squid Squad. It'll be interesting what we see.
Yeah, definitely. The Goats has been a favorite of them throughout the series, and it's been a strong pick. But right now, they're in a do or die situation. If they aren't able to capture that Point C, they will end up drawing this series, and really in a series that was almost won at map number 2 there. So seeing them draw this would be catastrophic. And looking at the compositions, it does seem like you're right. That Ghost comp with the Zenyatta instead of the Moira is become a favorite here. And Alvacate looks like he's ready for this with the Pharah again, but in the end, like we've mentioned earlier, the Diva and the Zenyatta combination, along with that Zarya, Alvacate is going to have to play very carefully.
They've obviously looked for this full counter against Ghosts with the Junkrat and Fire comp.
Yes.
They do get the advantages. However, while I did like the Maeve and Doomfist strat that could easily be outdone by just going around that left side, so it's very high risk. This Junkrat is probably a lot better for stopping them coming down middle, and then the Fire is just looking for that long range spam if you can get high enough.
Absolutely, I agree with you there. And as we go into this map, we will be watching the main tank battle. Ghosty seemed to be beaten by D-Java on that Reinhardt, so as we said, Ghosty may be more comfortable on the Winston, not as comfortable on the Reinhardt, while Java is the reverse of that. And yeah, but it looks like we're seeing the Ghost with Zenyatta coming out from Kunzite versus the double spam from Squid Squad. And they're gonna finally reach a choke, straight round to the point now. Big biotic grenade coming out from Terror Ranger though. No, that AoE healing's not coming into effect, and Ray's already gonna be picked up by Tap. Tap's also gonna find Ghosty. And as far as free damage now, because that Zenyatta's dead, and Alvacate and Tap are cleaning up this fight. And as we said, that double spam is very, very, very deadly against Ghosts.
Yeah, effective counter against that triple loss, but they just don't have the sustain to be able to push through that spam. And let's see if Kunzite can figure that out to change up their team comp. It looks like they're keeping the same thing, and Tap's coming up on his Riptide, Alvacate's coming up on his Barrage. Both support ults are around 50, and tank ults sim.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel the big part of that fight was Terror Ranger hitting that incredible 5-man bite grenade. Really cut off the area of effect healing that Goats is so difficult to chunk down because of it. Alvocate brings in the barrage and Riptide also coming out. RC Panda does find Alvocate, although Tap is finding Lion, so this fight looks as good as over again. But it does look like they're finally making swaps to counter what Squid Squad are running right now with the McCree and the Hanzo.
It's currently looking like a dive with McCree Hanzo, which is definitely questionable for this map. However, Alvi has just died to a headshot by the McCree, by the Hanzo. That could have been a huge pick. It opens up a large hole in the defenses for Squid Squad and Kunzite to push in.
Yeah, Alvocate obviously no res as somebody got picked off towards the end for Squid Squad, so nobody didn't have that res. And now it looks like Kunzite are going to push in with this 5 vs 6. Nano boost onto the Winston and Goatsy now. T-Java doesn't find anyone with that pin. And Valkyrie is popped in return from nobody. But T-Java hits a huge Earth Shadow with his 3 people there. No follow-up as of yet, but he does find RC Panda. And looks like Lime is going to invest a sound barrier here, but I think this fight may well just be over already. And yeah, after the D.Va gets demeched in the form of Nagura, Lime is left alone on the point, and it does look like Squid are yet again going to hold despite that man down.
Very few used as well, only that sound barrier, which might actually, that ult is actually so crucial to their team comp currently. Their DPS are very slow moving, their support is very slow moving. They need that loose shot to push this choke, I feel like. Especially with all 6 people.
Yeah, that Lucio ult was very important to keeping his team alive. They're going to reverse the Dragon Strike hit to zone them out, and they're going to take the right side. No, they're not, they're going to take left. But straight away, RC Panda is picked off, and now they're caught in a Graviton. This is catastrophic. Now they have nothing but a D.Va bomb, really, to push into this point with only a minute left, and possibly an Nano Boost if they wait up for it. But in the meantime, Gio was coming on that Shadow, so this could be a very bad fight.
The Java has that shatter up, you're right. Tap's coming up on his ult. We'll probably see a Valkyrie in the mid fight, and we might see a Doom Pistol depending on if he gets punished for his best play. But they do now have this Mei, which is a very odd pick, especially for the defense here. And it seems like Mei's dead.
Yeah, Snack are getting picked off very fast. They clearly try to pick the Mei to get safely into that point and zone off the spam, but the trap was there and damage was already down. And Goatsy gets picked off with 30 seconds left. They may have to push in for this point, 5 vs 6, and without a main tank. This is crucial. Crucial fight.
My ultimate is charging.
Coming up on the ult here, Ray does have that nano boost, and Nagura has that D.Va bomb. They're in a great position, despite G-Java having that Shadow and nobody with that Valkyrie. And straight away, RC Panda gets poked down. Huge pick from Alvocate.
There comes the meteor
strike comes out. And now
very big shatter from Java.
Java gets that Shadow, but doesn't find anybody. Tap answers though. D.Va bomb coming out from Nagura, not gonna find anybody. And Terror Ranger and Alvocate and everybody is on top of Naguro, and this fight and this map looks like it's going to send us into 2-2 and draw here between Squid Squad and Kunzite.
Very good matchup between these two. I definitely think Squid Squad looked like the better team towards the end. Not biased, but
Play of the game.
Yeah, this Tap popping up on this Junkrat, showing us this massive hero pool. And really, I feel in the first half we were saying that Kunzite are the stronger side of the first half on those dive-oriented maps. But in the second half, we saw the Squid Squad turn it around, and I really feel like this match was a fantastic spectacle to watch.
Definitely.
So what do you feel Squid Squad did right in those final 2 maps to really turn it around? Like, was it a change in shot calling, do you think? Communication and such?
Improving shot calling and improving healing, definitely. It was just something the Java could not push up correctly with that solo support, which is definitely a huge disadvantage with that Mercy heals being so weak nowadays.
Yeah, I agree. Keeping those supports alive is crucial, especially in a composition like Goat's Comp, and it feels like Kunzite on the second and third and fourth map, they really struggled to keep those supports alive from the spam from
Tap, yeah. I agree with you, man.
And Allenville. Okay.
They just could not deal with that Junkrat.
Anyway, do you have any final thoughts for this match, Soup? It was a great match. Anything you have to say before we close out?
I'd like to say both teams performed amazingly. Kunzite definitely were a surprisingly good performance, and I'd love to see a matchup between these two teams again one day. I'd like to see the final.
If only this could be a playoff match, I would have loved to see it. I agree, it was a fantastic match. But that is going to be all from OTC here tonight. Thanks for watching. This was Squid Squad versus Kunzite, and it finished 2-2 between the teams. Thanks for watching, everybody. I've been
GG's,
Yökai,
guys.
and this was Souprise.